Imagine pulling a lobster out of the ocean and realizing it's split perfectly down the middle with two completely different colors. Sounds fake, right? Well, this incredibly rare creature was just discovered, and scientists say the odds of finding one are about 1 in 50 million. A discovery that left fishermen stunned. Earlier this year, a group of lobstermen working off the coast of Cape Cod, Massachusetts, hauled in what looked like a normal lobster at first glance. But as they looked closer, they realized something extraordinary. One side of the lobster's body was a completely different color from the other. The split was so dramatic it looked like someone had taken two different lobsters and fused them together. Even experienced fishermen who spend their lives on the water couldn't believe what they were seeing. They knew immediately this wasn't an ordinary catch. This was something incredibly special, something most people will never see in their lifetime. 1 in 50 million. Just how rare is this lobster? Scientists estimate that a split-colored lobster appears only once in every 50 million lobsters. To put that into perspective, you are more likely to become a millionaire, more likely to get struck by lightning, and far more likely to encounter countless other rare events before ever seeing one of these creatures in the wild. That's why the discovery instantly attracted attention. Rare lobsters have fascinated people for decades, but this one belongs to one of the most exclusive categories ever recorded: the secret inside its shell. So what causes a lobster to look like this? The answer lies deep inside its genetics. Normally, lobsters develop from a single fertilized egg, but occasionally something unusual happens. Two fertilized eggs come into contact before they're laid. Instead of developing separately, one absorbs the other. The result is one lobster carrying two different sets of genetic information. In a sense, it's like two individuals sharing one body. And because each side stores pigments differently, the shell develops two dramatically different colors. The result is one of nature's most stunning genetic accidents, a living animal that looks like it was designed by an artist. The lobster color lottery. Most lobsters blend into the ocean floor with brown, orange, and mottled colors that help them stay hidden from predators. But every now and then, genetics creates something unusual. Blue lobsters occur roughly once in every 2 million. Bright red lobsters are estimated at around 1 in 10 million. Albino lobsters are even rarer at about 1 in 100 million. Then there are the famous cotton candy lobsters with pastel shades that look almost unreal. Yet even among these rare color variations, split-colored lobsters remain some of the most extraordinary creatures ever found. They are living proof that nature occasionally breaks its own rules. It gets even stranger. The story becomes even more fascinating. Sometimes these genetic events don't just affect color, they can create an animal that is literally half male and half female. Scientists call this phenomenon Gynandromorphism. Imagine an animal whose left side is male while the right side is female. It sounds like science fiction, but it has been documented in birds, butterflies, bees, spiders, and other species. Researchers aren't yet certain whether this lobster has that condition, but split-colored animals often make scientists wonder what other genetic surprises may be hiding beneath the surface. How did it survive? Here's the part that shocked experts the most. This lobster isn't small. It weighs more than 3 pounds. That means it has survived in the ocean for years, and that's remarkable because unusual colors are usually a disadvantage. Most lobsters rely on camouflage to avoid becoming lunch for larger predators. A lobster with bright, unusual coloring stands out. It's easier to spot, easier to hunt, and less likely to survive. Yet somehow, against all odds, this lobster managed to grow large and healthy. It survived countless dangers lurking beneath the waves, which makes its story even more incredible. A new home. Rather than ending up on someone's dinner plate, the lobster was donated to an aquarium in Massachusetts. Scientists and aquarium staff were thrilled. The moment they heard about the discovery, they began preparing a special home for their unusual new resident. Now, protected from predators and human consumption, the lobster will live safely while researchers continue learning more about it. And because lobsters can potentially live for up to 100 years, this remarkable animal may have a very long future ahead. In fact, aquarium staff haven't even chosen its permanent name yet. They say they want to learn more about its personality before deciding. After all, a lobster this rare deserves the perfect name. Why this